Hey, well, we've lost total count. We bought this in Feb 2024, it's now July 2025. Mid-July, can't remember the date. So basically we're living in this one room. We have not done the insulation up there yet. So I've got bed area, lounge area, kitchen area, and my desk area. And we've got a nice oven for heating, which we barely use. Just a sec. Echo, corner light off.
Okay.
So what Bruno's doing today. Okay, so sorry, this is going to be just like quite a long tour of where we've got to so far. After, I don't know, nearly 18 months. Feb, March, April, May, June, July. A year and 5 months, I guess. So what we're creating here is a hanging staircase, right? So what's got to happen is that we want to do the plumbing and lay a bottom concrete layer here. We've now got we've finished the horizontal waterproofing that goes from like over there, over there, over there, and to here. So now that the horizontal waterproofing is done, we want to put in the very underfloor plumbing in here. That's for the kitchen. And then the bathroom, which usually has all these curtains hung around it, is there. So that's the right place for the bathroom, that's the place for the kitchen, this is the lounge. The actual stairway is going to end up there and come down here. And this is going to be a hallway. So essentially, the reason why we've got this hanging staircase going on now is when we've got to remove all this crap under my feet. And that's quite a lot of concrete to pull out. Recently we've also got all this level and removed a huge amount of soil and concrete crap from here, because you couldn't see that step before. That's the old front door step that would have been there before this kind of little extension was made. Bruno has now finished the roof and all the insulation in here, so this is probably the warmest room in the house, if it were to be heated, which is not. That's our mains water meter and our garden water meter, which we paid to have moved to there. I had to dig out a massive hole there ages ago and a massive hole the other side of that front door. So because we want to put the washing machine in here, we've got to dig the channel again and connect it up with the out mains water pipe out there. I can't open that door, unfortunately. So what we're going to do with this room is, this is going to be a mud room, so we're going to brick up that window, which is partially a shame because it does bring in quite a lot of natural sunlight. But we're going to put cupboards right the way along there, and that will be we're going to do a what you call an empty pipe in here before the concrete goes down, and that will be the place where all the electricity stuff is, and hopefully smart home stuff if we can afford it. And then this will be kind of like a big wall of cupboards with probably a bench here and some hooks and things at the back, just like you see on Instagram. This is going to be a door that goes out onto that deck area. The table will eventually move further over there into the garden, but we've got no concrete to sit it on at the moment. And unfortunately, this does bring down a huge amount of water there, which is all going all over our table and kind of ruining it. Anyway, I'll try and give a better tour and be a bit quicker. So we demolished a chimney that was about there and built a new one that's about here. We've been doing some stuff, ignore the bath. That's the old pantry, this is the old kitchen. That's what we refer to as the side room, which will become the new kitchen for the new house. So we've recently filled up the skip. Now it really, really stinks here because we're making some broth for the plants from nettles, and all of our water bins are completely full because it's rained so much lately. However, we did recently buy a new battery powered Makita mower, so that means that I can kind of mow all this lawn area in about half the time now. These are all of the tiles which are going to end up on this part of the roof, the bit that's remaining. We have now last winter we pretty much cleared out all of this back area, which again was absolutely rammed with junk and crap. This is just a little bit of the stuff that we're collecting into like piles. Once we've got enough of each pile, we take it to the skip. Over there we've got some cables and stuff like that. That was our outdoor shower from last summer when we had the construction site for the roof, and one of the people that helped us out used to love having a bath in there, although it was cleaned out with bleach when he did do that. So this one is now pretty much kind of dirty tools and storage. This is the old chicken shed. We did a jackhammer up or widowmaker, quite some inches of chicken shit there. Here we've got, so that area we're going to demolish and get all the hay down from upstairs, put it in the back field like we did last year with the hay from the middle of the house. My van's going to end up being there. This is just a tiny amount of some of the junk that we got out of the ground over there, would you believe? Old batteries dug into the ground, all building materials, massive pieces of metal, glass. I'm 2/3 of the way emptying that shed. That will be finished off probably next winter. This is a massive pile of wood which keeps getting added to, which we try and burn. This is one of the remnants of the massive pile of old appliances which were over here. Oh yeah, so all that stuff there, there was a massive amount of tar dug into the ground, or it's put into barrels and then it seeped out, and that it's difficult to see, but maybe you can kind of see there's all this horrible tar. So this is what we call Dumbledore, because it's a double door shed. That's now got all of our, it's been cleaned out and it's got all of our decent stuff in it. So we've got 2 cherry trees and a plum tree there, and there's lots and lots of little offshoots there. So what we've been doing is we've been trying to undroughtify this back field, and we've started to dig the little trees from here to here, and we've started to dig in little oaks with mixed success, because it's such a hot, sun-drenched drought kind of field. Oh, there's also a little fruit tree here that I think either someone put there or did it itself. So what I do is I kind of mow a little racetrack all the way around our field that goes about 4 or 5 meters from the edge, so that we can get around to all the trees and water them once or twice a day. So I wouldn't be able to do this if I had a full 40-hour-a-week job, because there's quite a lot to do. So this is our Palovnia tree, number 1, and then Palovnia tree 2 is over there. And what else have we got? We've got, this is mull rubbish, which we slowly feed into the mull bins. Mull just means, I don't know, dustbin basically. Bruno got through a huge amount of wood. That is full. Hang on. That is, I don't know, it's probably 3 meters by 3 meters by 2 meters high, maybe. Full of wood for next winter. Oh damn, now I've dropped the thing. Oh no, where's it gone? Shit. I've dropped it. Oh well, we'll deal with that later. Okay, so this is the other end of the racetrack, as we can't call it the racetrack because, I don't know, it looks like one. We don't race around it. So we've got a compost pile there which is probably far too big, and I've started mowing a patch there where probably next year I'll start a vegetable patch like our neighbour has next door. This is completely and utterly overgrown, but I'm really glad that we got all the asbestos pieces from all the way along here out before it got really overgrown, and this is the old compost pile there, but you can't really see it. We're not going to touch that for a few years. So there's still some bits of asbestos here. There's some in those boxes over there at the back, but I moved it out the way so it didn't get completely grown through. Oh, it's actually quite exciting to, now Bruno's just at the moment working on these tomato beds. So these garden beds are fantastic. What you do is you put cardboard down on the ground, then you make the kind of frame. And then you put lots of kind of green bits of wood broken up in the bottom. And then you fill it with compost and then mulch on top. And that keeps the water in. So, you know, you can sort of go away for a week or two. And hopefully your plants won't all be dead when you come back. So this is a pumpkin. Here we've got, that's chilli, and there's quite a few chilies just planted around the pumpkin there. This is tomato seeds that I put in, and these tomatoes were ones that I got from a supermarket tomato, so they may not work out very well. So what we've been doing today is putting this frame up and putting these bits of string on. Bruno's just finishing this one now, and then I'll string that one up. And I did just dig in this rose, which was a present from Antia. Thank you, Antia. We wanted to put it somewhere where we can always see it. Our sunflowers must be growing a couple of inches a day. They're from Anna. Thank you, Anna. And this is the lemon tree, which doesn't have any lemons on it at the moment, but it must love it against this wall, because this is what I kind of call the Mediterranean garden, because it gets sunbaked all day and then the heat emanates off this wall. So I think that's perfect for things like basil. And I'm growing some parsley seeds there, but the seeds are old. I don't know if it'll come through. This is mint. We like to put that in our smoothies. Here I'm growing some rhododendron cuttings, and the last ones I took didn't make it. I don't know whether these will. We need to, but they were beautiful white and purple rhododendron from our garden house, which we sold a few weeks ago. And then I've just dug this one in as well. I don't actually know the name of this. I think Bruno said it's camellia, but I'm not sure. But I think that's a perennial, so that will be nice, because we'll have between our neighbour's window and our window, which will be, this window will be brought down to the ground, so it will be a big picture window. I'd like to have quite a lot of kind of plants around here. I've just been pruning the roses. I have no idea how to prune roses, don't know what I'm doing at all, just cut all the horrible bits off. So we did sow this bee and bumblebee mix here, because it was just a patch of dirt after the sewage pit was dug in the corner there. And it's sort of gone a bit over expectations. It's insane. And I've got some hollyhocks growing here, but the problem is, I think they just don't like this soil. So there's the hollyhock. So next year, Next year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a garden bed all the way along here, like the other beds over there, and then I'm going to put... Hi. And it's the cake. Everyone's taking cakes to the village fair today. That's why the guy's walking down the road with a cake. So yeah, I'll do a thin garden bed. So we're going to have a wooden fence here eventually to replace this, which is totally broken from when we had the sewage pit put in over there. So I'll do a really thin border along there, like those tomato plant things, so that I can get the right soil in for the hollyhocks and delphiniums to grow. And that will be a really lovely backdrop against the fence. It'll look good for people looking this way, and also for us sitting in the house. So this one apparently is a wild something. It was really bending over. I want to eventually put a deck there, so this will be the French doors where you come out from the lounge, and that will be a deck. And this is kind of in the way, and we were thinking about moving it, but now I think it's just way too mature to survive. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a sort of an archway thing for it to kind of grow up and along, so that you can still walk through here quite easily to sit down at a deck area. And Bruno there is now... Oh, gross. How did you pick... Oh, okay. I thought it was something else. Hang on, I'm trying to focus on it. There we go. Jesus, hello. So we're going to strap... It looks like he's going to strap up this tree root, because we finally dug it out, and the neighbour, who's a farmer, says he's going to help us pull it out. But does that mean the fence has got to come down, Bruno?
I hope not.
I can't see how we're going to drag that out without wrecking the fence. Oh well. Okay, so that's what it looks like from here. This window will go all the way down to the ground, and that will be our kitchen in there, and that's the pipe that's being dug to take the out water from the sink in the washing machine. And yeah, I'm going to stop the video now in case it doesn't work or something.